Comments from anybody that was on the committee? Yes? All right. Tenured. This is for the tenured fast track. The tenured fast track is going to take this 2 years to combine into one. So if you didn't get evaluated last year, you're going to be on this cycle right here. But we're going to get it done in 1 year, very similar to the tenured. Okay, the difference is you'll have one formal observation. If you're non-tenured, you'll have two. If you're tenured, you'll have one formal observation and many, many, many informal observations. But other than that, it'll be the same as the non-tenured. We'll have our beginning of the year, we'll have our times we set up, we'll have our end of the year. Okay? If you're tenured, you were evaluated this year, your cycle will start next year as well, but it's a 2-year cycle. We have 2 years to collect evidence, you have 2 years to provide evidence, we have 2 years to meet and go over things. So if you're evaluated this year, next year we will have a beginning of the year conference. We will have a beginning of the year conference with everyone. Okay? Every year. Because we'll either be revisiting or whatever, but they'll have that every year. That's when we'll fill out our forms, flash and profile, just like everybody else will do. Right? And we'll go over what those are. Informal observations will take place that first year. That first year will be all informal observations. If you're on a 2-year cycle, we'll be in your room. We'll be around informal observations. Okay? Collecting data for all 4 domains. That will be our job. We'll be collecting data as you walk down the hall. We'll be collecting data everywhere we go. All right? So whatever you're doing, we're collecting data. We're collecting evidence. So we'll reflect on that. You'll have your formal observations sometime, probably the second year. Sometime in the second year, you'll have your formal observation. It may be early in the year, maybe later. Just kind of depends on how we can fit it in. Okay? Then we'll do more informals, and at the end of the year, we'll have our end of the year final evaluation rating. So questions on the cycle? Comments from you guys? Did I miss anything?
So if you get fast track next year, you do it again the next year?
The next year will start, you will begin your 2-year cycle. So tenured teachers, if it works out well, half the tenured teachers will be fast tracked, half won't, so that you'll be doing evaluations, the final evaluation on half your tenured teachers every year. It's not totally like that, but that's the perfect world, that's what it'll be.
So really, in the past, if you've been on tenure, you kind of had like a year off. There's really no year off anymore. There's going to be something going on during the year.
Good point.
During what used to be your year off, you will be getting informal observations and you will be writing a SMART goal and stuff like that. During the year when you normally would have gotten your evaluation, that's when you'll still have some informal, you'll also have your formal and your conferences, and you will still receive a written evaluation.
Okay. If you can go to page 4, where that chart is, you should be close to there. Under observation requirements, the second sentence says, tenured teachers with a summative rating at the proficient and excellent levels during the previous school year will have at least one formal and one informal observation over the course of their evaluation cycle. Okay, what that is talking about is because it's over 2 years, if you're not proficient or excellent in the one before, we could evaluate you that first year of the 2-year cycle. If you received a needs improvement or an unsatisfactory and you're on a remediation plan, which we'll show you what that is, we could turn it, even though you're tenured, we could evaluate you that year, give you an evaluation that year, if you weren't proficient or excellent. It's kind of a roundabout way of saying that. Does that make sense? Okay, that just gives us a chance to say, well, we need to make some improvements, we need to evaluate you next year to see if you follow the plan, which we will show you later. Okay? Anything else on those 2 pages that you have questions about? Actually, 3 pages. Okay? All right. So now we're going to go back